Howdy. Today I'm going to talk about the Kentucky Derby and planning a party. We are 2 weeks out from the Derby, which is the first race of the horse racing Triple Crown. The Kentucky Derby is the fastest 2 minutes in sports. 20 horses who qualified through prep races and our 3-year-olds thundered on the track. The horses only get one shot at winning the Derby, as they have to be 3-year-olds for the race. Hi, I'm Junior. Welcome to Junior's Bourbon Hall, where we will talk about drinks, parties, and anything else that comes to mind, especially bourbon. All right, let's talk about the Derby, the party, and what it takes to throw a great party. All right, first decisions you're gonna have to make is the type of party. It sounds a little bit silly, but do you want a full formal party, or do you want just a come as you are social gathering with friends and family? I personally run a mix of the party. I send out an invite that is say, hey, come dressed up in your formal attire, or come as you are. And that way, the people that want to get dressed up, pretend we are at the Derby, enjoying festivities, come dressed up in outfits, fascinators, suits, ties, the whole 9 yards. And others come, shorts, polos, tank tops, whatever they'd like to wear. So decide which party you want to have. I recommend have a party that says, hey, dress formally, but if you don't want to, come anyways. Where are you going to hold the party? Well, you need to make sure there's a plenty of viewing area. So you have lots of TVs, or maybe one big TV where everyone can gather around, depending on the number of people you have. Inside or outside, I host mine in my basement. I have quite a big basement here with a game room, tables, lots of TVs, nice bar. In Wisconsin, it does get a little chilly in May still, so having it inside you don't have to worry about the temperature or the warmth outside. But hey, if you're somewhere warm, you can have it outside, go for it. Outside parties are always enjoyable. Now, the invite. This should have been sent out about 2 weeks ago. I'm running a little bit late here, so I'm sending mine out via email. You can do email, regular mail, hand deliver. I've done all three in the past. I do like email a little bit better. Just make sure you get them out early enough so people can respond to you that they are or are not coming. Most of the people that I've sent mine to, I did tell kind of in person, hey, we're having it this year. Invite's on its way, so sent the invite out a touch later than normal, but it's out. So now you really should get yours out 4 weeks ahead of time, which gives people the opportunity to respond to you. So get those invites out so you can have your party on May 6th. All right, now, how many people do you want to invite? My first Derby party, which was 7 years ago, this will be my 8th one, we had about 10 to 15 people, just a nice little gathering. We are now inviting up to 70 people, and of which about 36 will show up. About half. Various reasons, but that's pretty been my number the last couple of years. About half the people will show up. So make sure you have those plans. If you want 15 people at your party, unless you got really good friends and you know it, invite 30 people, 15 will show up. Some occasions you'll get a little bit more, but figure about half the people show up that you invite. So first party that I recommend you holding, have 10 to 15 people. That's plenty of people to get together, enjoy the food, festivities, enjoy the race, and really get to understand how the Derby party works and what kind of party you want to throw. All right, drink list. With knowing the number of people that are invited, you'll need to get a list of drinks, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic. This will also depend on how much the people attend drink. I start my party about 2:30. Some start them later, some can start them earlier. The horse race itself is about 5:45. So we get everyone together 2.5 hours before the race. That gives us time to get our pools filled, get the food out, have some appetizers, have some cocktails, mingle, talk about the race, talk about whatever, and get ready for the day. So with about 3 hours there, hour and a half afterwards, you're looking at 5 to 6 hours of people being at your house or wherever you're holding it. So make sure you have enough drinks, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, for your party for everyone. One big item that you will need is ice. Always remember the ice. Get more than you think you'll need, because if you run out, that's really bad and you got someone scurrying off to the store to get more ice. So first party we threw, didn't go through much. One of the parties we went through almost 100 pounds of ice between cocktails, making the drinks, and things like that. So make sure you got enough of that. Drinks. So each year I put out 1, 2, maybe 3 specialty drinks on little placards, just kind of highlighting the Derby, highlighting what I really enjoy to drink at the Derby or during the Derby. So one is the mint julep. That's a must because it is the drink of the Derby. 2, I put out Aspire. It's a drink that I learned while being down at Churchill Downs at the Thanksgiving Day races. It's bourbon, lemonade, and cranberry juice, just a splash of cranberry. It's very light, refreshing, probably a great drink for the spring. Find 1 or 2 that resonates with you, your area, your friends, or what you really enjoy to drink. But try putting the mint julep on there. It is a great drink for you to have on your menu. Wine. Now, depending on your attendees, you want to have at least a red, a white available. We do a Riesling, a Pinot, a Cab, and then maybe one just other plain white, just to have ready for anyone that asks for wine. This is one of those things that you really want to know your attendees to say, yep, these are the wines that people will drink and have. And then the other one is beer. I have plenty of IPAs, stouts, bourbon-aged beers. I also have the Bud Lights, the Miller Lights, the Coronas, things like that as well. I know a lot of the guests coming, so I want to make sure I have the right beers for everybody so they can enjoy them. But make sure you have the right beer and wine available. Now the spirits, that's a whole new ballgame. So you want a white rum. Bacardi's generally a good one. A bourbon, especially if you're putting the mint julep out there. That's the key ingredient to that one. Plus, Woodford Reserve is the sponsor of the Kentucky Derby. So having a bottle of Woodford kind of ties everything together. A tequila and a brandy. That way, that's going to cover most of the drinks that people drink and also request. Then you're probably going to want to get some bitters like Angostura and then a sweet and dry vermouth. You can just get the little bottles, not a big deal. That should cover you for almost all of your drinks. You then add lemons, limes, and oranges. Now you get your garnishes. Get some sugar cubes or packets of sugar. So if you want to muddle some old fashions, you're good to go. Not a big list, but that will cover majority of what you do for your party. Now you could add Southern Comfort, a spiced rum, or Seagram 7. That just gives it a little bit more variety, and some people do prefer that over the base spirits I mentioned earlier. Now you're going to talk about non-alcoholic. Get some bottled water, get some diet soda, get some regular soda. I normally get Coke Zero, Diet 7-Up, regular Coke, Squirt, and regular 7-Up. That'll create most of the drinks anyone asks for, rum and Coke, rum and diet. Now the Squirt will also satisfy your sour, so if someone wants a bourbon sour, pretty easy to get that done. And the bottled water or regular sodas, people can just drink as they are if they would prefer that. So those are kind of the lay of the land I do. Now glasses. This is a tricky one, to plastic or not. I use regular wine glasses and regular non-stem wine glasses. They seem to go well. I also use regular glasses for most of my cocktails. I know the party, and it's just nicer to have it in a glass. I do have plastic glasses available. Some people really don't care, so they'll take the plastic. And I started using plastic when I run out of regular glasses. So if someone uses a glass, loses it, they get a plastic one. Again, the benefit of plastic, easy cleanup, dump everything out, throw it in the garbage can, away you go. Glass, got a lot of dishes to do the next day, which isn't bad. Dishwashers, they take care of most of it. Now the food list. This is something I put a lot of thought into each year. I really enjoy putting out a good spread of food for everybody. We start with appetizers. We go to a main course and we have an appetizer. So you could say it's a 3-course meal. I also lay out what I want to make each year. So the last couple of years, we've really standardized on my drunken ham, which is basically cured ham, not the spiral, just the whole ham, covered in dark brown sugar, other seasonings, baked in a bath of Coke and bourbon. Now, the other tricky part is I'm not making this the day of. I make this the day before. So I put everything in there. I don't cook it all the way through. I just make sure it gets really close to temperature, about 20 or 30 degrees less than normal being finished. Take it out, slice it up, put it into a slow cooker, take the liquid, pour that over the top of it, put it in the fridge. Next morning, I take it out, put it out about noon, 1 o'clock, put it on low, and that warms it back up and finishes the cook when the party wants to eat about 4:30. Now you will also need plenty of utensils, plates, tongs for all of your different foods, napkins, paper toweling, all that stuff. So make sure you look at all that and get that together. The other thing we do is we put out Chex Mix, Gardettos, and pretzels for as people arrive, they have something to snack on right when they get when they're starting the party. Get your first cocktail, have some Gardettos, have some Chex Mix. Now I also have my appetizer list, my main course, and my desserts. So if people do say, hey, what can I bring? You can lay it out and not have 3 people bringing the same thing. Now that's going to happen no matter what, because it just does. But I really lay out, hey, someone wants to bring something. I know that they're a person that's going to get here right on time. Bring me an appetizer or bring a dish that goes with the ham or my brisket that I make. So you can really pare your meal down for people that say, hey, they want to bring something. So I lay it out. Ooh, that I don't need to make that now. I give that to someone else. So that's why I like keeping a real detailed track of the food, who's bringing what, and what I'm going to be preparing. All right, now the fun stuff. Gambling, opportunities, whatever you'd like to call it. I do 4 different pools. I do a winner take all. I do a third, 5th, and 7th. I do a first and last, and then I do an exacta pool. So the exacta pool is just like a football square pool. If you do those, winner across the top, second down the side where the 2 boxes intersect, that's the winner. You could have 20 squares across the top, 20 down with all the horses. I generally do 4 horses per box, so you're going to get 25 squares. That's a really good number for people to fill up and still get enough horses and say someone scratches, things like that, to get into the pools. There's plenty of other opportunities out there, so come up with your own and enjoy. Decorations. So we go all out and decorate our house really nice. We get roses brought in. We purchase something like this from, I think I got this from Amazon or the Kentucky Derby store. It's, the colors of the Derby, napkins, plates, a couple plastic cups. We have other knickknacks we throw around and place out. Now we save those knickknacks each year. So make sure if this is something you want to do year after year, get the knickknacks, get the decorations, make sure you can save them back up in a nice spot. But each year, the Derby comes out with new color scheme, new pictures, new things like that. You're going to want to get something just to say, hey, it is the 149th this year, 150th, whatever it is, and make sure your house looks nice. All right, so we're having a party. Now what's coming near the end, we do gifts. We give out 3 or 4 small gifts each year. Sometimes it's the bottle of the Woodford for that race. Sometimes it's, we did a cocktail making basket. So we gave everything from mules and margaritas. We also did a barbecue basket that we handed out. So 3 or 4 different barbecues, sauces, utensils to make the barbecue, things like that. Some years we give away the julep glasses for the particular race. You can go get those at the Derby store as well. Just nice to say, hey, thank you for attending the party, spending your day with us. I hope you enjoyed it. Random gifts to 3 or 4 different people, depending on how many people you have over. I mean, if you got 10 people over, maybe 1 or 2 gifts, up to you, but that's what we do. Well, that's everything that needs to happen in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be making more videos to keep going, show you what I'm doing, show you the basement, show you the decorations, show you the food, show you the drinks. I'm probably going to do 5 drinks this year just because over the last couple months, I've been really getting into cocktails, looking at them. So we're going to have the julep. We're going to have the Spire. There's 3 other ones that I'm going to look at. I'll do videos on how to make them and what ingredients you definitely need for that. So great. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I'm Junior. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.